Hi there, Dr. Cary here. Welcome to today's webinar called The 5 Mistakes First-Time Marathon Runners Make During Training. I'm glad you could join me today. And I am a marathon runner who's done over 15 full and half marathons. And I brought a medal out today to show you. This is the Vancouver marathon from this year. And I really like this one. It's the 50th anniversary of the race. So they kind of made a really cool medal here for the Vancouver marathon. So today I want to share with you some mistakes that I've made, as well as what other marathon runners make when they're training to do their first event. So I'm just going to switch screens here so you can see my slides. And my name is Dr. Cary. I'm a chiropractor, and I've done that for longer than I've been a marathon runner. But I did start running races in my 20s. So after I graduated from chiropractic college, I started to run, and I did my first marathon in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and then continued to do races after that. And this has been one of my most successful years running in races. I'm really enjoying them. And my goal is to share my knowledge and experience to help others. So here are the 5 mistakes that first-time marathon runners make. Number 1, not training mentally for a race. So sometimes focusing too much on the physical side of things. Number 2, stressing out about the what ifs. So what if something happens on race day? Then what would you do? So kind of worrying about that. Number 3, overtraining. So training too much physically. We're going to talk about that today. Number 4, focusing too much on time at the event, getting a specific time. Bad advice. So getting bad advice from people that may not be the similar body type to you, or people that might be in different shape than you are. So that's something else we're going to talk about today as well. So the first mistake is not training mentally for a race. And sometimes runners focus so much on a physical training program, they don't really engage mentally in getting ready for the race. So what I mean by that is they sometimes don't think about mentally getting ready for the course, or some obstacles that you might encounter mentally. So what I like to do is think about or get engaged mentally during the training program too. So when you're out for a run, think about what it would be like on the course when you're running. You want to look at the course profile. So look at the start and finish line, look at the contour of the course, how much does the elevation change, and just be ready for things like that. For the hills, uphill, downhill, where the water stations are, if they are providing any electrolytes or any type of aid stations on the race. All of those things help to prepare you mentally for a race. So it's very important to look at the course map, look at the information the organizers provided, but also during your training, engage mentally. And I used the first race I did this year, I used the Nike Run Club training app. And that was very helpful because in the Nike Run Club app, it talked about engaging mentally. And in fact, they had some guests during that training program that were from Headspace, and that's more of a mental health website. But those guests provided some insights into how runners could engage more mentally in a race. So Headspace is a good site. Nike Run Club and the guided training that they offer. They offer a half marathon training guide and a full marathon training guide. So that was very helpful to me to run my first race this year. And then visualization, just what it's going to be like on race day. visualizing, maybe going on YouTube and looking at what the race has been like for them, that particular race, and looking at the weather and what it'll be like at that time of the year. So all of those things help to prepare you mentally for race day. Stressing out about the what ifs. So what are some concerns that first time marathon runners have? Well, that they're going to get injured. So they're going to be on the course and something's going to happen and they'll get injured and then need some help. So often these what ifs and worries are over exaggerated for first time marathon runners, but I get it because I've been there myself. So what happens if you get injured? What are you going to do? There's often course officials on the race, so you could make your way to the next aid station and get some medical help there. Sometimes they even have like golf carts on the course where they'll pick you up and take you somewhere. You could have your phone on you, call 911, and an ambulance would come, or fire department, paramedic. So there's different options for you, and it's nice to know what your options are on that course. Another what if is finish line. Did you train enough to get to the finish line? And or are you going to cramp up? Or are you going to get dehydrated and not be able to finish? So those are two concerns endurance-wise. And then if you've run with friends, what if you can't continue running with your friends? Maybe you can't keep up to them. Maybe they're feeling good that morning and you're not feeling as good, or vice versa. So what are you going to do if that happens? And it's good to sit down with your friends and kind of have a strategy for that. You're going to run together, but what if someone's running faster than the other? Then are you going to let them go? Or are you going to all run together? Or what if somebody gets injured? Then what are you going to do? So kind of go through those scenarios. Running too much or overtraining is another concern. So definitely you can burn yourself out training for your first marathon. Maybe you're running too much, too many kilometers, or too often, or it's just not becoming fun. You're doing the same training route every time. So that's why it's good to have kind of a training plan, sit down and work out where your runs are going to be, do some cross training, and then just get yourself in really good shape so that when it comes to race day, you're still really looking forward to running. Even that last week or two before a race, kind of having the right strategy for the last 2 weeks so that when you get to race day, you're pretty excited about it and you're looking forward to running. That's very important. And so you don't want to burn yourself out getting to the race, getting to race day, or even in that last week leading up to race day. Focusing too much on time. And I'm sorry for the blurry graphic. It's intentional. But sometimes when we focus too much on time, then it can become not much fun. So, you're trying to hit a certain number and you're pushing yourself to hit that number, and you're pushing yourself to hit that number, and you're just not focused on enjoying the course, or just being with your friends, or the environment, the people that have come out to cheer, or the organizers that have prepared a bunch of different fun things to do at the course. So focusing too much time, a lot of runners do this, first time marathon runners, they're so focused on getting a certain time that, they're disappointed if they don't get that time. Or maybe they are happy that they got it, but they don't really take in the full course and all the people and all the events leading up to it, the expo. It really needs to be much bigger than time, I think. You have to enjoy the fact that you just got there, you did all that training, that you're in better shape than when you started. all of those things. You need to celebrate and enjoy that whole process of going to the marathon and marathon weekend. And number 5 is listening to bad advice. So, someone else telling you how they did it, how they started, how they did their first race. It may not fit for you. And this is where, some coaching can really help you. And I'll talk to you about that in a minute. But everybody's different, and you really do need to look at multiple sources to get the best advice. So what you may want to do is read some running magazines, ask others who have run in marathons, get multiple views, ask the race organizers about race day, what you can expect, jump on webinars like this one, talk to personal trainers, or get a coach like me to help you with your journey, so that it's a much more enjoyable experience. And then, of course, you want to listen to your body too. So your body will be talking to you, and you want to listen to, what your body's telling you mentally, how you're feeling. All of that's important. Even setting up a journal is a good idea to write down how your training's going, some of the details about your training, and how you're feeling during that time. If you're interested, I will put a link below in the show notes to our Masterclass. So you can join us for our running Masterclass. It's coming up in a couple days. You'll get 25% off by using code 25OFF for attending this free webinar. And we're going to provide more in-depth answers to problems that first-time marathon runners face. And we're also going to talk about planning better and making a strategy for your first marathon. So we're going to dive a little bit deeper into this topic. The other option for you is to get into an athlete coaching program. And right now we're developing this self-study program. We are pre-selling that now. This program will start on December the 1st. It'll include 10 modules or 10 self-study videos with course material. It'll also involve once a week the participants getting together in a group coaching format. I'll be providing the coaching. We'll get on a call every week and discuss concerns that the runners have and questions that might come in from participants. There'll also be one-on-one coaching sessions once a month with you to troubleshoot any problems you're specifically having, and then help you to put together a strategy or a plan for a successful race or races you're doing over the next coming months. And then you'll have access to our Facebook group. So you'll have all access to the group where you can share your running stories, how the training is going, some marathon photos. So that'll be a ton of fun for you. And for most people, this process takes them 12 months to complete. So really you're looking at a 1-year program. At the anniversary date of this program, we will review how you did. And if there's interest in moving forward, we'll have something where you can continue with the program. But for the first year, it's $84.95 US, and we're offering 25% off right now because we're pre-selling this program, with the start date being December the 1st. So you can use the code 25OFF to sign up for that, and you can go to our website to do that. So I'm just going to show you the website and how you can get there. Right here on our website at True North PM, you can go to webinars, and then you'll see the upcoming events. And the ones you want to really zoom in on is the marathon running webinar. So this is today's webinar, and then the Masterclass will be on Monday. So you want to click on that. And so when you do click on that, what you're going to see is this Masterclass event on Eventbrite. And to get a ticket for that, you just click on Get Tickets. Now, because you've been to this webinar, what you're going to be able to get is the discounted rate for that. So you attended the webinar, and so you're going to get the reduced rate for attending that webinar. So you want to select a ticket in this category, and then you'll be able to join me for a reduced rate on Monday for that masterclass. That'll be $33.40 US plus the $345 fee for the masterclass. And then if you're interested in the coaching program, if you go to our website and you go over to packages right up here, you're going to see these packages, and the new packages are right here. And you're going to want to choose this one called Platinum Athletes. That includes all these benefits that I talked to you about. You're going to select this one. And then when you do go to enter your details for that and sign up, enter the coupon code 25 off, which will reduce this price by 25%. So if you have any questions, feel free to type them in the chat now. I'd be happy to answer those questions for you. You can always send me a DM on social media or send me a text or email. Be happy to answer those for you. The contact details are down in the show notes. And I want to thank you for joining me for this free webinar today. Hope to see you at future events, whether they're webinars